Talking change, talking all that's real, with Francis Pierre at the wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end. And if you've got something to share, pick up the phone, turn it up, Real FM, ride the frequency. Turn it up, Real FM, ride the
Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, CARICOM, anywhere else in the diaspora, you have an opportunity to listen to us. Never a dull moment in the world. And you have the power to participate. We give you the opportunity, the medium, on our program On Target. Real FM 91.9, 91.5. We Noise FM in Brooklyn, New York, 94.9. And you can subscribe to our program, share our program, like our program, contribute to our program. You don't have to agree with us. We tolerate dissenting views. We only encourage you to respect one another and the democratic process. Julius Malema, a firebrand African, South African leader, he has been found guilty of firing a high-power gun in public. Julius is the leader of the EFF. I think Julius Malema is a little bit too disrespectful, too arrogant, and a very divisive figure. I understand that you can attract a lot of support, and the cause that he championed, that about land redistribution, and his main policy is to just take the land without paying for it. 75% of the arable land in South Africa is owned by a small number of people. And that is a justifiable case. But in presenting it, Julius Malema has always sounded irresponsible for me, too arrogant, and could bring more division to Africa. If he is in power, I believe he have to lock up, jail, and kill a lot of people. And over the years, while I've followed his expressions and utterance, I don't agree with him. There are some Grenadians that would be interested in that decision. Julius Malema also follow Lumumba in Africa. And that is the situation in Africa. And you know of all the other conflicts in the world. And Trumpism is another issue. And in Grenada, we have our own little issues jumping up. The latest one is the Public Service Commission. They summon a senior police officer to inform him that you no longer could be in the public service because your wife holds senior position in a political party. I think that is the first time that happened in Grenada. The Public Service Commission could have transferred the individual to another department. They could have transferred the individual out from the police force to the public service. But they decide to get rid of the individual. And the fact that they told him, the reason we're getting rid of you, because your wife is the leader of another political party. I don't know. The gentleman said he advised them to fire his wife because I have done nothing wrong. You never claim that I've done one. I'm without blemish. And I've heard a number of these spin doctors trying to put a spin on it. I have said before that this government It's a very vindictive government. I don't like the trajectory that they are going. You're going to lead to, yes, scholar, welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Doc.
Yes, my brother.
Hold on.
Great man.
I'll tell you something. You open up with Julius Malema.
Maliba, yeah.
Malema. PLO,
Lumumba.
great African. Lumumba is a very young guy. And I like him. He's very fiery. He's on the spot. He's determined. But he's not really a president. He failed to capture Africa like Charlotte. Yeah? Maybe he had the opportunity to do it, but maybe he was coward. But you open with Malema, and I've been following Malema for quite some time. I like him too. But as you quite said, he's too arrogant. He's fiery that I like. He speaks a lot of good things. But you know, this is what you make. You make that individual because you see, under the apartheid pressure over the years, there is an urgency not to go back there and to position my people right now to go forward. And that is why you see it's coming across that way. So short of diplomacy, yeah, and wisdom, if he turned down, he had the support behind him, but if he turned down his rhetoric and be more humble, yes, he could be a good leader. But I think he's spoiled because I believe he's going to govern exactly as he speaks, to do things the way he wants to do it right now. But you make the man. The system make the man, so you can't really blame him. That is what we are doing in the
I'm not bad him, I just throw him out.
yeah.
You find him guilty, you jail him.
When you change, I wonder, don't change a person's mindset, because we have here in Grenada saying to people, take what you want until you get what you want. Take what is present until you get what you want. And if I set my mind to be a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, a police officer, that's what my mind is set on. I study for that. And if you're telling me when I qualify, take anything else, I start to struggle once again. You send it back to ABC. You are changing my mindset. And when you change a person's mindset, they do the alternate, you know. The alternate. So you're making a criminal right there. And so that's what you have done to Julius. You have made that kind of individual through the pressure you put on the Africans over the years. And we have to be very careful in the Caribbean, because our style of politics in the Caribbean, our style of politics in the Caribbean is doing exactly that. One side have right and the others don't. And under that kind of constant pressure, when I get there, here is what I will do. And so we have to be very careful that we don't spoil all our future leaders. That's the reason why I'm saying tone down the rhetoric and get rid of the colors and get rid of the party support structure before it is too late. But you see, our politicians don't think that far, and they don't understand maybe where I'm coming from. Yeah? And they will just wait too long and they spoil the whole society. But I don't want to take too much time. But there's something that I want to say here. Because we don't want to talk the money, but we have to talk money. And when you look at money, the metal side is iron, metal. You punch it, you stamp it, and you put numbers. It becomes a problem. Money, paper is made from straw and rags. Yeah? You put colors, you put numbers, you put a face, and it is creating problem. You do the same thing now with the plastic, but it is just money, another aid to help people to survive. But we're making this money a god, and to deny people the very thing that we need to help us to survive. So I'm saying here, and I want to be short, I'm saying here, for those people who cannot get accustomed with money, and to put people out of a job because of money, and for other reasons, by which they cannot survive, they can't get money to spend, they can't take care of themselves, I am saying You're sending them to the death row. That's grave. And if anybody who attempt to do that or done that, you're not short of being wicked. You're not short of being a criminal, because that is exactly what you're trying to do, to kill somebody. We have to get accustomed to money. We must not discriminate when money is concerned, and allow people a chance to earn legitimately so they can survive. We have to get accustomed to this money thing there. Don't deny people the ability to earn, because doing that, you're creating criminals. So I want people to understand that. We should make money a god, because that is the problem right now in Grenada and the problem in the Caribbean. I'm going to put him out of a job so he will not have money to spend. Would you take care of his life? No, he's going to die. So I'm putting this outside there for our thinkers to think. Money is just an ordinary piece of thing. It's not more important than a piece of food. It's not more important than a piece of dust in the street. And we should not treat it the way we're treating it, to deny people earning money. Anybody who do that, I call them the mentally depressed, the sick, their mental case. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Colin. I agree with you. This government seems to be using money for good relationship, money to bribe people. They're using money to strangulate people and institutions. They're using money to deny people that which is rightfully theirs. They're putting people out of their jobs to cripple them. The workers that we cried out for very early 3 years ago, the government came into power on the 22nd of June, and by the 5th of July, they were firing people. And the supporters were saying, let them starve. Let them pound stone in the river. 31 people from Granby Estate lost their job. 10 or 12 of them that involved in the pest management unit controlling source up lost their job. They re-employed maybe a year and a half ago 3 or 4 of them. Out of Granby Estate, they took back 20 because they found out that 19 of the people that they fired was strong NDC supporters. This government has been using money. They removed people from the seed program, people that was perceived to be NNP. They go after some public officers. Now they find the senior police officer, the excuse they give is his wife is holding a senior position. This government believes in bribery, and they're using that as a means to control the population, and that is wrong. The Public Workers Union, I call on members of the Public Workers Union, particularly the older ones. The younger ones wouldn't care. A lot of young people now are very hostile towards the elderly. And the NDC have always been hostile towards the elderly in our country. They did it in 1990, in 2008, 2013, and now. So I call on members of the Public Workers Union, the elder one. The Public Workers Union has thrown out Francis Pierre from the medical health plan. So men like Oliver Joseph and Ray Roberts I seek your intervention. I don't think it is correct. I'm somewhat financially strapped, so I can't take lawyers to fight the union, and the union is more powerful than me. They could always pay the lawyer more money than me. So I call on people like Oliver Joseph and people like Roberts. He was an SAS in health. I would have jumped and called my brother Willie, but he think I'm making noise. I've been appealing to men like Richard Duncan, but maybe them have advanced to a superior class and commoners are no longer in the interest. I call on these senior public officers to find out what's going on in the Public Workers Union. Is it poor administration? Is it lack of proper accounting skills? Or is it political vengeance? Are they taking instruction from Deacon? Did the NDC instruct the Public Workers Union to remove Francis Pierre from the medical health plan? Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. We lost that caller. Did the NDC? Yes, caller, go ahead.
Now, I wanted to touch a topic today, but I believe I have to leave it for when I bowl the new ball next day. I wanted to speak about the struggle we had to lead to independence, and Deacon knew nothing about that. He might read about certain things, and Bishop name should no way mention into our independence in this country. I wanted it, but this is going to take a longer time, so I will have to leave that for
Nothing is wrong. Just speak about it. Nothing is wrong. Speak about it and go ahead.
Because we was on a good note, because I even want to touch something.
Then make up your mind which topic you want to speak. If you want to speak about Bishop, nothing is wrong with that. We're in the month of October. Go ahead.
It is good for us to know our history. In this country, I realize if Deacon could have get Bishop head to put on his head, he'd have do it because he want to glorify that man, because he knows nothing about Bishop. Now, Bishop was the biggest fighter against independence in this country. He was the biggest objector to this struggle, because Sir Eric Matthew Gary was a gentleman with vision, and was a special individual. I would say was a God-fearing man. He fight the battle because he got Bishop led a serious fight, and he was not even a parliamentarian. Bishop didn't even win a seat in the parliament of this country. And he go all out saying that Gary was not the right person to be the leader, to be the first prime minister of this country. But Gary said to us, I am going to score a first in this country. First, Windward Island country to attain independence from Great Britain. First prime minister in these small islands. He was going for a first. Bishop go all out to stop. So when I heard this man saying he's glorifying Bishop, I want to know if he's a madman. And we only have two visionary leaders in this country, Sir Eric Matthew Gary and Dr. Kit Mitchell. Deacon have no vision for this country. He is a leader who just whooping, he's just doing anything. He don't care about people. And I will continue. I will let Grenadians know that Deacon have no love for people. Neither his team of men with him. They love money. They love their own self. And they pretend. But when you pretend you love, it will show one day. It will show. Because the love he's saying he have for Grenadians don't come from his heart. Is a, what you call it, a fake love. A fake love, what you call it. People say that's a fake love. So it will show. And as time goes on, Grenadians will see who have love for them and their country. Mistress Pierre did not bound to be in what she are today. But because she have love for the people of this country, she could have lived. She have a husband who had a good job. She had a good job. She only entered the front line because she loved her country and she want to see good for her country. This is why I prayed for her that God will give her the opportunity to rescue this country. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a dangerous situation. Victimization get worse. I heard they have a lunatic like Ken Jones want to speak on the matter with Mr. Pierre. Ken Jones is saying nothing. Said that Mr. Pierre choose to resign on his own. Nobody made him go. They forced him out. Ken saying that's not true. And even though they force him out, they have a right because they're sure that he's going to support his wife. So they expect him to be an NNP, even though he was not one. So that again is dotish talk. I call it dotishness. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, my brother,
let us
thank
get
you.
ready.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
All right.
You see, Deacon want to be a billionaire, and some of his ministers already crying out rich. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre. So the question is this. If the NDC won with 40 something percent of the votes, right? Now, that means that 60 something percent of the people did not go out and vote, or out of that 60 something percent, you might have 30% that sat on the fence and was not convinced either which way as to which political party was the best to run Grenada. Am I not right?
Fair enough where statistics is concerned.
Right. So now, what is NNP doing now to be able to sway that other 30%, to be able to understand that look at what is happening in the country, look at the total devastation, right, of this country within the last 3 years and some, right? What is NNP doing to be able to convince these individuals so that they can get off the fence and come on over to be able to make that difference? Because if it is that there is not enough pressure brought to bear on these young kids that are running a country helter skelter, then we are going back into the same situation again. I don't I don't think that enough is being done on the social media platforms and the platforms that are available to them, which are basically friendly to them, right? Okay, understanding the circumstances that's happening in Grenada. You don't see them taking advantage of it. Another thing too is that a caller called your program and you disagreed with the caller entirely. The caller said to you that one of the political candidates for the NNP was on a show and she said, you know what, I don't think they need to tell them anything about what their plans are because NDC will take those plans and run with it. The reason why you have a political manifesto is to tell people what you intend to do, how you intend to right the wrong, right? And I find that they're a little bit too quiet. They need to be a little bit more aggressive in articulating their points and getting it across that, listen, they don't have to be specific about anything, any plans in detail, but they need to say, listen, as far as this is concerned, we need to write this. We need to change this. We need to do this. We need to do that. And we need them to start to get aggressive, very aggressive. You have a program. I don't hear them calling out in and saying, well, listen, hey, so, right? Okay, I want to talk about this point or that point. They need to be more out there and articulate the point and let the people know, because the fences are the ones that are not clear as to what the plans are on both sides. They have seen the devastation, like you said, that, you know what, NDC won because they said, oh, well, give us a change, give us a change, give us a chance, right? Okay. And that's the only reason why they won, right? They play that game. No, what has to happen is that NNP has to come out and say, listen, hey, you know what? All this mamagism and nonsense is not running this country. We have to have a high cohesive point to be able to get this country back on foot. Okay? Thank you so very much. That's my
Yes,
two cents.
scholar, Deacon enter politics, and Deacon, we heard that Deacon want to be a billionaire and he believed he could make it in 5 years. One minister said, win, lose, or draw. He's speaking with the next election. He fixed for life. And the sister from Gov, over $600,000 in her bank account under 3 years. What we have is a group of thieves. Why do I say they are a group of thieves? The legislation, the regulation, the rules in the Grenada Development Bank forbids them from getting money there. They break the rules and they raid the bank. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre, and how are you?
Great, man.
Good. I was taken aback. I was listening to some programs concerning Mr. Pierre. Now, I think that they're doing very great injustice by using a program and bringing Ken Jones and this other guy from Grenville, pure NDC, and going and try to fool the people with all what they're talking about. I have known Taffer Pierre from the day he joined the force. He works with me, I come back and I work with him. And I could tell you, I've never seen a disciplined police officer than Taffer Pierre. I've been interacting with a lot of ex-police and they can't say anything. But nobody, people trying now to turn it around and say, okay, like, he talk because he want to do politics and everything like that. A lot of things happen to a lot of people in the force and they don't talk. And if he talk, I have no problem with he talk. Tillman Thomas' wife was not a civil servant. When Tillman got in power as the prime minister, did they transfer her? Did they move her? There were means and ways that names called with other officers who were there and they were transferred. If you are a superintendent, you're a civil servant, they can put you on the port, they put some on the port, they can put you anywhere. You should be able to work anywhere within the civil service. Not say you got to go because you have because your wife is a politician. I don't understand the point, and I can understand that some people trying to justify that. But what I want to tell some people, today is you, today is me, tomorrow is you. What goes around comes around. I can give you another thing. Before, when I just retired, you know, you ask a lot of people, police, what to do things for us, you know, as the retirees and everything like that. And nothing was done. People was in position. But one day, everybody come back and they start retiring now. The same thing that we faced before. We have to ask for it now. We can't even get it. Some retirees are lying down in the home for the aged. We can't help one another. A lot of people are in bad shape. Bad shape. You know, so I think people must give Jack his jacket. The man has done well service the RGPF. You can't give a man a choice between a wife and a job. And other people who has a wife there and they're still working. Before something happened in the police force, somebody have it. Politics is always there. Somebody have it outside. You know, you can't point a finger at the gentleman and say he has done that. So I hope the other people around are listening and looking. One day somebody might say, we lost confidence in you. If you lost confidence in me, I don't want to be around you. Obviously. That's a nice word they use in these days, lost confidence. But other people, please, do not go to the man's private life and try to make him a monster. He was never a monster in the police force. Well disciplined. I'm talking about discipline, and I challenge anybody. Show me any way in that force that man was not ill-disciplined. And if you want to transfer him, do it. But don't make it on political ground. And feel that he resigned, and nobody resigned, and he's this and he's that and all that kind of thing. You can't use a platform like this. Would you like to get the Prime Minister or any ministers to come on your program and discuss? They won't come. Why would he go on right along? He would not go. And I know he's afraid to go, he could take care of himself. He could take care of himself. I don't want to be long, but my other point is, I listened to that program this morning and they were talking about Gary. And they talk about the history. I want to hear a piece of history about Gary. I think that they forget. I live in the two era. Gary, in Montreat area, this man came to Montreat and bring Montreat where it is today. That Gary raised the price, the houses, the lands, everything was done by Gary. And he was fight back from the grandfathers of these people and them now, because it was the GNP before. And what they did? And the revolution. So I remember the revolution and I remember Gary. I remember Easter Water Parade, Miss Wall 1970, the school Edison. I remember Carrie Festa 69 and all those things that I remember. And I also remember 3,112 people was placed inside that prison. And another prison was built inside of the prison and nobody talking about that.
Johnstown.
Another hero.
That was Johnstown?
No. Johnstown was there. They built Siberia. They built Siberia. That's where they built for Winston White and St. Tillman Thomas and them. And at the end of it, they end up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we don't want a new jail or more jail.
We don't need more jail.
We need to educate our people and not just talking about the jail, but educate our people so that they could keep away from the crimes. What is going on with you? What is your problem? What you're doing? Where are the police boys club? Where are the girls guides and them that we had before? You may see a few, but I don't want to self-praise myself. But right there, I have enough policemen who were in my police boys club. 3 doctors who were in my police boys club. A couple of weeks ago, they came and gave my blessings before I died. And I enjoy that, and I'm hoping that other people could do the same thing. Those are the things that we should do to prevent the crimes and those things that is happening in our country. And ask our people to grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Tell them about KFC, what is the healthiest thing to do, and we get together and work that rather than just come down on somebody else. And lastly, all people don't know John Crow. He made a statement on social media, and he said that the Prime Minister is a Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique. And he came to America, and he had a meeting with us, the embassy. But that was a man's personal view. Come down on him and say what his name is, John Crow, and all them things on them. And they curse that man and getting on. This is the man who's sending down enough stuff in Grenada. The last time I went down and picked up a truckload of stuff from the same Janko. Go to Maribo Hospital, all the bedside tables, beds, everything. You know, those are the people. You don't attack the people. You know, because they say something and you don't like it. We have to go away from that. You don't know who the man is. And that man, if you go down Chuglu, you will see much containers. We want a bed or something to help somebody. That man is always and he's doing it.
Yes, God.
Thank you very much.
Yes. You know, you have to be concerned when you see your institutions mashing up. The Public Workers Union have a representative in the Public Service Commission. The Teachers Union have a representative in the Public Service Commission. So when you hear the Public Service Commission is behaving as if they are armed of the NDC, you must be concerned. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes,
Mr.
caller.
Pierre,
All right, ahead.
is Mr. Pierre, yeah, and he's an best investigator in Grenada. Mr. Pierre,
I listen to you, caller.
are he not the best investigator in Grenada?
You asking me that question?
asking you if he is not.
I'm not a policeman, I'm just on the radio. You're asking me if he is the best investigator in Grenada? That is the question?
Yeah, that we know of.
Well, my brother, based upon the government and the Public Service Commission, he has no blemish. He has no blemish on his character. So he lost his job because his wife hold a senior position in the NNP.
Well, I'm going all in, but what I'm saying is,
say what you're saying.
they get scared of the man. They get scared of the man because they have a lot of things that to uncover. We have a lot of things to uncover. So before he starts to uncover it, they get rid of him. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, caller. We as a people, yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre. How are you doing today?
Great, man.
Wonderful. You know, I would really, really love to have a debate with you.
I tell you, find me in the rum shop. You got to find me in the rum shop. That's the only place you'll find me.
You are not serious with the numbers you're pushing.
Well,
I am challenging you on a radio station. You telling me to come in a rum shop. You're talking about how a nation will go in terms of what this government doing now and going forward, and you want me. We should be on the air. I want to come inside your station. You allow me to come in your station, and you talk and I talk. At least give me half an hour. At least give me half an hour. At least give me.
You're wasting time. Punch. Go ahead and punch. You're wasting time. What is it you want to speak about?
It's like you're running away because I don't feel challenged.
What is it you want to speak about? I want to ask you a question.
I am telling you that the trajectory in which Grenada is going right now, and it just surpasses far way beyond what the former have done before, and we are going on the right track. And the world seeing that, we understand that, the youths are seeing that, people are happy with that, generally speaking. And the narrative you're pushing. No, the other day I heard you start singing as a preacher. And I wanted to kind of call you in to correct you on certain theological explanation you gave. Because it seems to me that, you have folks on the radio and they themselves need educating on a lot of stuff. Because what I'm hearing from you is that you're not even giving the government a little credit. If you give the government
watch me, Carl. If you was writing an essay for me, I'm flogging you. You jumbling thing up and down the place. Stick on a subject matter and speak about it.
I don't do that. I've been challenged.
You just jumbling thing.
Last night, I called a particular person.
Carl, stop a while. Stop a while. You were hard, man. First of all, if you're in my class, I'll have to discipline you and tell you how to speak.
I think you have to. Politically, I don't think you could teach me anything.
All right, caller.
Because
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. We have a limited time. You have to zero in and punch on what you have. We have a number of issues we're speaking about internationally. We're talking about the Public Workers Union, the government action, and you're fumbling around. Now, we have to be concerned when we have institutions that supposed to be the guardian of democracy that get corrupt. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, you there? All right. So we have the Public Workers Union and the Public Service Commission. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, Sheldon challenging KJ every night. Sheldon calling KJ to come and him. And KJ still not coming and debating him, but he wants to debate with you.
That is KJ.
Yes, KJ. Every night Sheldon calling at
I
him.
thought it was JK.
Yeah, KJ Sheldon calling at KJ to come to debate with him.
Now you kind of make him content. He just ramble around.
Coming in. Yeah. But he depending on you. He want to debate with you because he want to kill you.
But if you come and hit me in the rum shop, that is when I have the most time in the rum shop. So we have to be concerned about our institution. Anybody who believes in democracy, you have to safeguard your constitution. So the Public Workers Union, yes, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome. Maybe this caller didn't have a chance to get you. Yes, caller, welcome. Try not to avoid listening to your radio because you have a delayed broadcast. Yes, caller. Maybe they didn't get you. Okay. We have to always be concerned about our institution. The Public Workers Union represents the majority of workers that work with government. If the Public Workers Union have a medical health plan, and particularly elderly people who retire from government, they depend on that medical health plan to pay the bills. And if the Public Workers Union removes people from that medical health plan maliciously, I believe we're supposed to be concerned. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pei, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
And Mr. Pei, just a quick, I'm just punching. Yes, Mr. Pei, I honestly, that gentleman who called me, he's an embarrassment to everyone in Grenada. He's only concerned where his pocket is being filled because the NDC is filling up his pocket. He's happy with that. He doesn't care about you or Grenada. If he did care about what's happening in his country, he will say something completely different. Because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if he got nothing to say, tell him to go on and go to NDC program and talk about it. Stop coming and trouble you and making long conversation. He's not fearing what he's saying. If he's fearing what he's saying, he will speak the truth. But he's not speaking the truth. He just wants to have a debate with you, so his voice is louder than yours, so he could come out looking triumphantly, right, and make you look stupid. But tell him don't he dare. Tell him don't he dare cross the station, because we're all in the background. We're like the bad dogs, and we're waiting for him. Have a nice day, Mr. Pei.
Yes,
and
but
do not entertain him. Do not entertain him.
Well, that is important. He may be able to tell me what part of the world Deacon is now. Because Deacon has not been providing information when he leaves this country. And I think that is an insult. So perhaps if it's KJ or JK or who, perhaps you could call us back and tell us what part of the world Deacon is now. And do you agree with the amount of traveling Deacon doing? And why he is not providing information for people, for the country when he travels? Is Deacon now with his sugar daddy for his birthday? We must know. Is Deacon visiting his sugar daddy? Was he summoned? I said repeatedly that it doeth appear that we have a third party involved in our foreign policy in Grenada. I ask who sent Deacon? For more than 2.5 years, I've been asking this question. More and more, it looks as if somebody is handling him like a rara. He can't stay in the country to even manage his ministry. He gave Andy so much of work, and the gentleman so corrupt, he get tied up like a. And now he intend to move ministries, and he's not settling down. So Deacon is unproductive, incompetent, and vindictive. And I know it's hard for Deacon supporters. That's why I'm so tolerant with KG and the others, or JK. Because it's very hard. How do you defend a government like that? The government tell more lies than when horse trotting. The government is corrupt. The government using bribery. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, scholar, go right ahead.
How you do?
Great, man.
Right. Oh, Mr. Pierre, tell me something. Is revolution a bad thing or a good thing?
Revolution means
Change.
it means radical change.
Right.
And even individuals could make revolution and personal revolution in life. But I guess the revolution you're speaking about when one group of people overthrow a legitimate government. Sometimes they overthrow a government and it works out. But if you overthrow a government and you jail all those who you believe is a threat to you, and you leave them in jail without charge, trial, or an opportunity to defend themselves, then what is the value of overthrowing them? You're worse than them.
But let me just say something here. Which is there? I think there one country in Africa that had one leader did it. Right. I'm saying, all right. What I'm trying to say here is this: that a leader leading a country, right, be it whichever corner of the world, right? Okay, you was there for 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, okay, why you should be voted out or forced out? Why you can leave? Why you cannot leave power voluntarily?
You want me to tell you why, Colin?
Why?
Most of these countries in Africa, where you have a coup d'etat, they know whenever they leave, the group that come in is going to arrest them and lock them up and put them in jail.
But I'm not.
Hold
on.
Hold
on. But I am not talking about a special continent or Africa or the Caribbean or whatever. I'm talking about any part of this world, right? You're in office, right? Or in whether it's through a revolution, whether it's through democratic process, and you serve the country for a specific time, and you could say, look, at the term, look, I've served my country well, right? I did my best, and look, I
how much color? How much years you believe it is reasonable for one person to serve?
But there should be no specific time.
Stop. You have to put that in the constitution, because one leader might feel comfortable with 50 years and one leader might feel comfortable with 15. That is why in the United States of America, you have 4 years.
No, but you see, you're right. But you see what happened, Mr. Pierre, here, right, is that you as a leader, you must be honest and sincere with yourself, right? Be honest and sincere with yourself. See, and you must know, right? You must know as a leader. If you're honest and sincere and just with yourself, you must know that, look, okay, I serve, whether it's 10 to 5, 10, 15, whatever, say, look, and you must know, look, I did my best. If you're honest and just and sincere with yourself, and listen, and this is what is missing with people the world over. We're not honest, but sincere with ourselves, right?
Thank you,
it's either we have to be forced out of power, right? Or with so why it always have to be like that?
All right, caller, thank you.
Why?
Thank you, caller.
No, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you, caller.
Hello.
Thank you.
No, I haven't finished.
Yeah, but this one with time running out.
Thank
you. That subject matter you have is a very wide one, and it is not a question of yes or no. That's why they have laws. They make laws. How much terms? Some people give a government 2 terms every 5 years. In the United States, it's every 4 years. The same leader cannot run for two terms continuously. These things have to be specified. We're going to take the last caller, and the last caller have to punch. If we have a last caller, we have to punch because time runs fast when we speak. Yes, caller, go ahead.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And based upon out of one's knowledge, you could only speak based on your knowledge. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, listen to you.
If one has knowledge, it's only obvious that they should impart it. From a theological point of view, or even from an economic point of view, or a sociological point of view, or even from a political point of view, one had to guard themselves. And I think education is the key. And when you have folks like you on the radio station only pushing one narrative and just trying to condemn without even giving a little praise, what are you doing? You're making it hard for yourself. Give the Prime Minister and his team a little credit and critique where it's necessary. You're sung into one way and biased, and this is something you have to understand. And if you want to debate a person like me, last night I called Sheldon about 20 times.
Caller, stop that. Caller, listen. Caller,
I have made my statement, and I can stand by my statement.
Okay.
I am a
All right,
man.
caller. Cut off this caller. You mustn't push pendulum. It's difficult for you to debate me because you in a different class from me. The area where I function, you wouldn't come there. You said you wouldn't come there. How you going to expect to debate me? And you wouldn't come in my area because I'm not in your class. Come on. That is the last. That is the last caller for the day. You want me to give Deacon prop? I ask you to call back and tell me what part of the world Deacon is. We're dealing with a fake caller. Deacon dabble with the occult. Deacon Linus when horse trotting, he go after the old people. He go after children. He lied to every sector of the country. Deacon went in the United Nations and deceived the Haitians. Deacon bring a rich man in Grenada. Sell the man as a businessman. Bring him to the Chamber of Commerce. He could have called the commodity boards. He could have bring senior students of economics to rub shoulder with the individual so he could serve as a motivator. Deacon have him as a sugar daddy and have a cameraman walking behind him snapping. Deacon's a fake. Deacon's not staying in the country. He promotes retributive justice. He promotes public division. He incites violence. He go on a stage and encouraging people to curse your mother. He was making movie with a weed tree, which is an illegal substance in the presence of the police. He was diluting the significance of the police officers. How we could tolerate that in our country? How you could be fighting? You're not doing a good job. If you are defending Deacon, you're not doing a good job. You wouldn't debate me in the rum shop. Why you want to debate me? I have a program for 1 hour and give you the opportunity to call, and you can't even, you sound so weak in content. Like some primary school children wanting to go and talk to an individual who votes in the rum shop. Come on. At this stage, the Public Workers Union, it is in the interest of the elder members of the Public Workers Union to find out why Francis Pierre has been thrown out of the medical health insurance. My name started the medical health insurance. Go and ask Oliver Joseph. I don't know if Ray Roberts go and say it because he don't think much highly of me. Go and ask Roberts, Eustace Roberts. Now, why did the Public Workers Union throw me out of the medical health plan? I'm a man in the noontide of my life. Has served this government well. The government of Grenada, retired. And now when you have to pay your medical health bills, because the public officers, we realize then, become the new poor on the block. They can't pay the bills. So we initiated a medical health insurance. So is it justified that the Public Workers Union maliciously remove Francis Pierre for the medical health plan while they continue to collect his money? Up to today, the Public Workers Union is collecting the money from Francis Pierre, but they take him out of the medical health insurance. I pray intervention. So I'm asking Oliver Joseph, Eustace Roberts, and any of the elder public officers who is still alive, go and find out if they throw you out too. If they didn't throw you out, it means that they throw me out because they find I was critical of the union. How that could be justified? Did the Public Workers Union, did Dick Mitchell and his gang instructed the Public Workers Union to throw me out of the medical health insurance? I think it's an important question we ask. Because I said repeatedly that Deacon is using the policy of reward and financial punishment, financial strangulation. So he contributed to over 3,000 people losing their job when he came into power, including 31 workers from Granby Estate, about 10 from pest management unit, denied them the job. Some of them have been very humble and get back jobs in security. But they know they can't squeak because some of his goons is ready to fire them. I'm asking if that is justified. And who better to answer than some of the senior public officers that is still alive? It'd have easy for me to go and get a lawyer, but I'm financially embarrassed. I'm suffering from monetary instability. I would have liked to go to Ray Roberts, but I don't think he no longer want to identify with me. And my brother Willie must believe when I'm making noise. So I call on people like Oliver Joseph and Alice Miller and Eustace Roberts. You're all supposed to be around the same age group like me to find out if they throw you all out too. And if they didn't throw you all out, it means ask them if Deacon instructed them to remove me from the medical health plan. You see, we need to find out, because later on, you might be surprised to know. While Maurice Bishop jailed over 3,000 people in Grenada, people in the diaspora was hailing Maurice Bishop. And this is the month of October. So it's a good month to deal with it. And we want to encourage you to subscribe, like, and share our program. And we're back again with you tomorrow when the clock struck 12.
And if you've got, turn it up, Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis Pierre at the wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end.